Yep. So yeah, this is the project we are dealing with. Fine. Notes not uploaded. Where you looked for it, Ramjatan? Where you looked for it? Where you looked for notes? I uploaded the notes in Google Classroom. Have you seen it? So we are updating everything in Google Classroom, right? Not GitHub. So I think you are not regularly attending the sessions. We updated ourselves to Google Classroom. No more TypeScript reference book. Everything it is there. It's not there in that reference book. Not there. Arrays heading is not there. Arrays. Yeah. Array destruction means Mr. Vishnu. Array destruction means the array will be there in the memory. We are separating the elements from the array individually for that particular situation and extracting into separate elements and storing in separate variables. Understood? The original array is not deleted. At least now you understood. Clearly, I mentioned in the comment also, have you seen? So destruction means you are constructing. What do you mean by construction of array, Vishnu? What do you mean by construction of array? You know, construction of array means you are creating an array. Into that you are initializing the values. Now you are initializing the values all into one location. You are destructing them into different locations. Understood? Now don't think that destroying, right? You think that it is deconstruction of array. Understood? I think you think that it is garbage collection. It is not garbage collection. Okay. It is not garbage collection. It is not destroy, na? Is that word destroy? It is not destroying. Means the construction of the array has been disturbed. Understood? I think you have to know the difference between destroying and destruction. Okay? I hope you are clear. I think you are thinking that destruction and destroying both are same. But general English, they are different, na? Right? Yeah. I hope now you got a clarity. Yeah? Right. Right. I will post day by day notes also. No problem. Day by day notes also. According to the dates, I will upload into the Google Classroom. Okay. No problem. So that you will get a clarity on every day what we discussed also. Fine. Right. uh, we will talk towards the end, right? Uh, right, fine. I am uploading the notes I have uploaded into the same array concept in the Google Classroom. You have seen Yes, Vishnu, what is your doubt? You still hang up with destruction?
Oh, no, sir. Actually, you know what? I have been working in Java for almost like 15 years. It is
Uh,
very hard to change my thinking.
it's fine, no problem. But basically, you are thinking that destruction and destroying both are same.
Yes, based on the word name. Word.
Obviously, both are not same, na?
Yeah, I'm clear now. Yeah.
Constructing and deconstructing, right?
Yes.
Destroying is completely removing, right?
Yes.
Yes, you are destructing here, right?
Yes.
Right. I
Yeah.
hope you are clear with that. Now,
Yes, I'm very clear now.
but because I think you are thinking about destroying, right?
Yes, I was thinking
It
about
is
this
not
one.
garbage collection or destroying, deconstruction, right?
Yes.
Okay. So clear that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
that is clear.
Okay,
Thank
fine,
you.
fine, fine.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. Let's start the session. Right. Right. So in the Google Classroom, I uploaded the complete documentation, right? And in the Google Classroom, the arrays concept we discussed, the array manipulations, one notes I uploaded, array manipulation related notes I uploaded. In that notes, the last concept was the topic that we discussed in the last Saturday session. Am I right? Is it clear? And I don't know what you looked at, Pranavi. Right? Have you seen that? In the same documentation, arrays complete concept is at one place. Then why you people ping me message that Saturday notes upload, Saturday notes upload? You want heading Saturday? Huh? You are confused with this type of point, or shall I upload day by day dates? Shall I upload day by day dates? Is it easy for you, everyone? Because I am uploading topic wise. Do you want me to upload day by day? Right. So because anything okay now, I uploaded every documentation. Good. I will upload a day by day concept also. Already there, everything is there. Saturday notes also there inside it, inside the topic, right? Right. Fine. You go through that once, see the notes. Right. Yeah, fine. Okay, okay, fine. I will topic wise, I will keep the documentation in that day by day headings. I will keep. Okay, that will be satisfied for all kind of people. Okay, now, right? Topic wise, I will separate and will do that. Right. Right. Towards the end, I will ping that classroom ID one more time. You can go through that. Fine. Okay, let's start. Continue the session. Right. So technically, we discussed about how we can handle how we can handle arrays and working with arrays. Next important is we need to know about another major option is we need to know about regular expression. Regular expression. Regular expression. So regular expression type. And we need to know about how do we handle date types, right? Technically, regular expression type. This is very much required for us, right? And regular expressions are quite common in even HTML also we have. Actually, I think many of you know in HTML we have text boxes. For example, I am creating a text box. So body, we have a text box. Input type is equal to text. This is having an attribute called pattern. You know about this attribute? Huh? Pattern. You know about this attribute? Right? Pattern. So what is the purpose of this pattern attribute? Can you tell me? What is the purpose of this pattern attribute? Can you tell me about this pattern attribute? Purpose of this pattern attribute? Don't know. This is a general HTML one. Right. So pattern is an attribute which is used to verify whether the input value is matching a specific format or not. Specific format or not. Is it matching a specific format or not? Am I right? Huh? That means pattern is an attribute which is used to verify whether the input value is matching specific format or not. Specific format means all uppercase letters, one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, like that. Is it matching specific pattern or not? Right? That means is it having plus 91 10 digits number like mobile number pattern, like email patterns, like that. Right? Technically, pattern is used to do that in general. So for example, suppose we have a form. So we have a form and we have a button. So pattern is there, submit. And the pattern indicates the pattern is suppose A-Z 4,10. That means only uppercase letters 4 to 10 are allowed, others not allowed. That is the general pattern. This is very quite common in HTML, right? You know HTML, that means obviously you must know about patterns. Suppose I am typing now here some value and click on submit, then it shows an alert saying that the alert say that please match the requested format. The requested format. That means it is not matching the requested format. You can't submit. Right? That means requested format is all uppercase letters. Then it is submitted. Right? Point is a pattern is used for verifying the form. Generally, we write patterns like this actually. Right? So it is a quite common concept for people who came from the background of general HTML, JavaScript, they know about that. So regular expression type, that means it allocates memory to store a regular expression. So a regular expression which is a pattern enclosed in double slash pattern enclosed in // it allocates memory to store a regular expression and which is a pattern enclosed in / double slashes. So actually regular expression uses a pattern to verify the format of input value. So regular expressions uses a pattern to verify the format of input value. That means when you input value, its format is verified. Is it starting with this, ending with this? Is it having this or not? The format, not the value, its format is verified. The format of input value is verified by using regular expression. Right? That is the point here. Technically, by using the regular expression. So actually, patterns are built by using meta characters and quantifiers. Patterns are built by using meta characters and quantifiers. So what are meta characters and what are quantifiers? I will give you a simple overview because these are all general HTML things. And if you know HTML and JavaScript like concepts, so you can handle this anywhere in web technologies. Anywhere, regular expression uses the same meta characters and quantifiers. And how to design them? What are the meta characters and quantifiers? I will show you. Later, when we discuss about validations, I will take up this point one more time and I will explain in real world scenarios. Okay? Because again, if we start discussing all HTML, JavaScript here, it will take time. So here I will give you overview of what is it this type is. If you don't know already, right? If you know already, that's great, good. That means you have good knowledge of HTML and JavaScript. If no problem. I will give you an overview here. Detailedly, we will discuss in the validation concept of Angular. And we will see in real time how they generally handled, right? Yeah. So this is a common option for people who know already HTML and JavaScript. They know already this. So technically, patterns are built with meta characters and quantifiers. But one of the key concept here is TypeScript. TypeScript doesn't provide any reserved data type for regular expression. You have to use any type. That means let some name is equal to it is any type and is equal to, you have to enclose the pattern in double slash. That's how we have to write. So square brace, if you are writing a square brace, usually means you are writing like this. So generally we designate this as an array. And if I define like this, that means we designate this as an object. Already we discussed. And if you designate this double slash here, so you define slash. So this is a regular expression. So technically, regular expression is enclosed in slash. That is defined in slash and slash. So how to write? I will give you an overview about that. Right. Now, important is there is no reserved data type. That's the reason we have to use any type. And it will be treated as regular expression only when the initialization happened with slash. That is very important, right? Next important point is your value is your value is verified with regular expression. Your value is verified with regular expression by using match function. So your value is verified with regular expression by using match function to verify the value. Is the value matching or not? We will verify that. So actually it returns true, means it is a Boolean function. It is a Boolean function that returns true or false. If the regular expression and your value both are matching, then it returns true. So otherwise it will return false. That is actually match function. You need a match function to verify the value. So how we write regular expressions and how do we verify them? Let's see one simple point. That means what are meta characters and what are quantifiers? Let's see few meta characters. Generally, so meta characters which are used for building regular expressions, we have meta characters like, suppose I defined question mark is 1 0 or one occurrence of character, and plus is used for one or more occurrences of character, and asterisk indicates, so this is for 0 or many occurrences of character, 0 or many occurrences of characters, right? These are the options here. We already discussed all these regular expressions and all. We already discussed this regular expression, right? And we learned the matching function also, right? Fine. I told you in the concept of string, am I right? String match function, right? While working with the string match functions, we discuss it. But actually it comes under data type. That's the reason we are not going to discuss all the point, right? That we discussed under string. Under data type, we have to just put a point. That's the reason I am discussing this, right? Already we discussed in string part, we learned about it, right? While working with string match function, we are doing that. But we have to know about that in data type also. That's the reason I am keeping a point here, so that you will not be misguided that so this belongs to string concept. This actually doesn't belong to string concept. In string concept, you learned it to understand match function. This belongs to data type. Understood? That's the reason I am discussing this point here, right? Okay. All these are done, right? Fine. Now the concept is how to write regular expression and quantifier. So many others also there now. I given a list of them. We discussed about that. And quantifiers also we discussed. Quantifier, how to define the quantity. So n, that means exactly n, number of characters, and nm, that means minimum n, and maximum m, and n comma m, that means end, right? Minimum n and maximum any, right? Right. And how to write the expression? I showed you already. So generally, how do we write the expression? So we need to define the regular expression in this way. What we have to do is let regular expression is any type, and we need to configure this in double slash, and we need to keep this like this. Suppose a hyphen z, so 4 comma 10, only uppercase letters 4 to 10, right? And we have a let, so username, and it is a string type, and we have some username. So here we are writing a function if username dot match with what? Regular expression. If it is matching with regular expression, then console.log, I will just print hello and that particular username, right? Else we will just print, so console.log, so name 4 to 10, uppercase only. Okay, this is how generally we write the regular expression and handle the regular expression, right? That means how we can configure and handle the regular expression, right? So let's compile and run this tsc demo.ts node demo.js, and it will get you and display the result. It will display the result, right? Because it is not matching with it. If it is matching with that regular expression, that means it is in uppercase letters. If it is matching with the regular expression, that means it is in uppercase letters. Then it should just print the message hello, right? It should just print the message hello. So that is how it has to do. This is the part that we already learned, and this is a simple example. But actually, this comes under the concept of types, how we can handle a regular expression type. We already discussed this while working with the string functions, right? So while string match options. Okay. Next important point is we need to understand about another major is date type, how we can handle and work with date type, right? After understanding about arrays, objects, regular expression, one more important, how we deal with dates. Again, the point is we don't have means JavaScript and TypeScript library doesn't provide any specific reserved type for date. They don't provide any specific reserved type for date. So any type is used for dates, for date values. And one more important point is how you initialize memory for date. So to store a date value in memory, to store a date value in memory, you have to initialize memory by using date constructor. So by using date constructor, that means actually, so date constructor of a date object, actually it is a date constructor of date object. So TypeScript uses a built-in date object, and this date object will use its because date is not a class actually. So it is objects are treated as pseudo classes. That means objects before object oriented programming came into JavaScript, a class is similar to an object for us in the early days. Now we have a well-grained class into programming in JavaScript, but early days we don't have a class. Everything is defined as an object only, right? That means this date object provides a date constructor that initializes memory for dates. In that memory, you can store the date. Otherwise, you will face challenges in dealing with the dates. For example, suppose I need to store LET, product name. Product name. Product name is a string, and I can store some string, Samsung TV. Okay, and product price. So, and I defined as a number, and we defined some value. Now, here is in stock is a boolean, true or false. Suppose here I want to store, so manufactured is actually a date. There is no type for date reserved. Then we have to use any type. Then how to store date values? If I try to put a quote, then it is a string. It will not be treated as a date. And here, whatever you write, it is a string only. It's not treated as date. If it is not treated as date, then I am unable to pull the month name, unable to pull the year, unable to pull the weekday from this particular date that we have written. Because date manipulations are very important in every application these days. Based on dates, you reserve something. Based on date, you do some task. Dealing with date is very important. And we don't have any data type for that. And you cannot write in quotes. And obviously, you cannot write directly 22. So here 06 and 2020. This is completely invalid. Then how you store date values in the memory? So technically, to store the date values in the memory, to configure and date values in the memory, now what we have to do is we have to initialize new date constructor, which will allocate memory for date. In this memory, we can store a date value. In the date memory, date value is stored as a string. If I don't define any date, then what happens is it loads the current date into memory. The current system date and time will be loaded into memory, both date and time. It is used for handling both date and time. So that means now what happens is there is no specific data type. Then we need to handle this, right? So we need to handle this, right? So how we can manage that, right? How we can handle that, and let's see how we can manage this. And what are the values we need to configure here? What are the values we need to configure and define here? Let's see that. That means what are the options need to be configured here. So if I define like this, LET and date, LET some manufactured, MFD is equal to new date. So that means you defined manufactured, and it is an any type is equal to date, is equal to new date. And into that, we are loading the date value. We are configuring and loading the date value there, right? So we are defining the date value in this way, right? So handling the date value in this way. Now, actually, it loads the current date. loads current date. It loads the current date and time. It loads the current date and time. If you want any specific date, then actually the date when you want allocating into memory, it should be stored in a string format with year, month, day format. The format also important. Any other format for date is not allowed. You have to exactly store the dates in the same format. Any other format for date is not allowed. By default, date format allowed is this. You need to configure in this way. So we need to deal the date values in this format, right? Yes, it is reserved. You have to configure in the same order. Now let's see how we can configure that. So if you put any another format, it is not valid. Let's see that. First we will print this and see. So first we will print this and see. That means how this will work, right? Let's see. Right. So we will first print this and see. So that means I am printing here console.log. I am defining. So product name is equal to, it is coming from product name. Okay, in the next line, so price is coming from product price. Okay, and manufactured, so manufactured is coming from MFD. So manufactured, okay, that is the manufactured date. And I will run this, and you can observe here when I compile and run this, you can see the date value is printed in this format. That means date is printed like this. It is Monday, June 22, and the time. It is printing the date in that particular format. It is displaying in that particular format, configuring and displaying in that format. So that means now you have proper date memory. Now your dates are valid to handle. Now how you store any date into it? If you want any specific date, we can store the date into it. Date values are stored directly initialized. That means you can initialize the date value in this way. So that means initialize date value into memory. You can initialize the date value into memory. For this, you have to define this. In this format, you have to define. Now I am trying any other format here, like suppose 22/06/2020. I am loading the date like this. So, or some other month I am giving, suppose some 3rd month. I will compile and run this here. I compile and run this here. And you can see that now it will say invalid date. That means it is not acceptable. You cannot enter the dates, initialize the dates in your own format. There is a specific reserved format. You have to follow that specific format. You need to follow that reserved specific format. So that means now I need to follow here year, month, day. That is the reserved order. That means 2020, 03, and 22. And I run this. And now it should accept the date and display the date value. It is displaying, that is Sunday, March 22 and 2020. So that means the date and time values are configured and date and time values are defined, right? Yeah. Date time values are defined and configured, right? Now the point is, there are several ways of dealing with this. We can dynamically load dates. We can initialize the dates. We can read the dates. Both functions are there. We will see that. Actually, so you can read date value date value from memory from memory by using so various date functions. You can read date value from memory by using various date functions. And what are the general various date functions? So that means what are the general various date functions which are used for reading the dates? So you have a function, and just a description I will give you what functions we have for dealing with the dates. Actually, we have a function, the function get hours, and actually it returns the hour number. So 0 to 23, it returns the hour number 0 to 23. So that means all these functions will it returns the current hour number. So it will be in 24-hour format. Similarly, get minutes, so returns the minutes number 0 to 59. And get seconds, it returns the seconds number, so 0 to 59. And get milliseconds, it returns milliseconds number, so that is 0 to 999. 1000 milliseconds equal to 1 second actually this. So it will return that form, right? It will return get day. This returns so weekday number 0 to 6. 0 is Sunday. Remember, it will not return the direct weekday name. It will return only number. All date functions return number. They return number. So it will return weekday number 0 starting with Sunday. Right? That starting with Sunday. Right. Now we have get month. It's also returns the month number 0 to 11, and 0 is January. And get, you have date, right? It returns the date of day. That means on the date, what is the date? For example, it will be usually 1 to 31 depending on the month. 30, 31, it will return based on the month. It will return it. Get year is no longer used actually. So it is obsolete. Get year is obsolete. It is no longer in use. That means we are not using this anymore. Actually, so it returns as per Y2K. In the history of computers, the largest computer bug we faced till now is Y2K, year 2000. The problem came with years actually. On the year 2000, we faced one of the largest bug in the computer history, even today. Means till date, the biggest problem computer faced was Y2K. Y2K is aware, right? Now the point is actually it is related to date. According to Y2K, what happens? So after 99, so that means after 1999. So year means 99. So this is 99. And for 2000, it will return 100. For 2000, it will return 100. Now the years will be according to that. That's the reason now this format is gone. But what is the point is the JavaScript library, from the day JavaScript designed and released for the world. Till now, everything is added to JavaScript. Nothing is removed from JavaScript. That is one basic thing you should know, that some new options are coming into JavaScript, but any one of the old options are not removed. They just still available, but we don't use them because they don't suit them. They don't suit for every browser. So you should know as a JavaScript developer, web developer, that the library for JavaScript from the day it was released till date, every function is available. Only the point is old functions are not suitable now. They will work, but they misguide you. They will give you a different value what you are not expecting. That's the reason we no longer use them. That's why we call obsolete, right? They are no longer in use, but they will work. They will work, right? So I will show you that. I will show you. Get full year. This is the good one, right? It returns full year number. Full year number. That is the good one for us, that to understand that get full year. So similarly, we have two date string. So to local date string. So to time string. To local time string. So many ready-made formats. Actually, these all are predefined formats of date. So these are defined formats for printing date, date and time. So long format, short format. So the point is, these are all the functions which are used for accessing the date. Then you will obviously face the problem that, see, for example, so many details are there, others not required for us. Okay, we will concentrate on manufactured, and I will keep this short as MFD. That is manufactured. I want to print here console.log. I want to print here. So manufactured month. I want to print the manufactured month. So then I'm using MFD that contains the date dot get month. It will return the month number. Get month will return the month number. It returns the month number. Similarly, I will add here. So day, weekday is equal to, so MFD dot get day. So get day, that is weekday. Okay. And we have year. So I'm defining year. And so I will keep /n year. In the next line, I want to print year /n. So year is equal to $. So I define MFD dot get year. I'm using get year, which is not recommended to use. According to get year, current year will be 120. Am I right? Current year will be 120. Right. Now let's compile and run this and see what it is going to return actually. Now let's compile and run this, and you can see that it is going to return this. Year is 120. Manufactured month is 2. Weekday is 0. That means the return numbers. Due to that, what happens is the format that you are expecting, that means the value you are expecting is not returned. It is returning some number. Then how to present it in a better way? Then you have to use your techniques. What are our techniques? For example, so you need here, we are creating we are creating weekdays. Weekdays, it is a string type array. In that, we are keeping the weekdays like Sunday, like Monday, like this, like Tuesday, right? How you write it will display in the same way, right? Wednesday, so Thursday, so Friday, and Saturday, like this. So like this, we are defining, like this, we are configuring. Similarly, I am creating another array. Months is a string type array. String type array. In that we say January, right? And February, and say March. So, and April. Like this, you need to add up to end, right? So May, June, like this. Up to end, you have to add. If you miss anything, then it will show undefined. You need to put up to end, right? As of now, I will stop here. Now we have array for weekdays and months. And what is the index of Sunday? Is 0. Index of January is 0. Am I right? So they are 0, 0, right? They are defining 0 and 0. Fine. Now, what we are doing here is get month is returning the month number. What I will do is I will pass this number into weekdays array. Into weekdays array, I will pass this number. I hope everyone understood now. What will happen? Understood? Huh? I passed weekday number into it. If I passed weekday number into it, so it is 2. Right? If it is 2, then what will happen? If it is 2, what will happen? If it's 2, then it is 0, 1, and 2. That means it will be Tuesday. A month means 0, 1, 2. This is March. Am I right? Right. That's how generally we pass the value. That's how we generally pass the value. Similarly, for weekday, so we will, this is not weekdays. This is months. Na? Yeah. Into months array, we will pass the month number. And into weekdays, we will pass the weekday number. Am I right? Right. So that means weekdays. Into weekdays, we will pass the weekday number. Weekday number. The return numbers, and we are passing into that array. We are passing into that array. And get year is no longer used. We will use get full year. Get full year. Then you can see that now the date values. So, and when you are accessing them, that looks better. It will print. But directly you cannot extract the month, weekday names, because date functions always return only number. They don't return a name. That's the reason we have to follow this technique of creating array, configuring the array, accessing the values from the array. So we will use that array concept for dealing with that. So this is how we can print. Now, short formats are there. Like I said, manufactured. So manufactured. I am printing here. I am printing here in this way. So MFD dot, I can use to date string. I am writing to date string like this. MFD.to date string, and you can compile and run this. It is a predefined format of date. It will print your date like this. Sunday, March 22, 2020. You can separately access them. You can make it in a short form or a long form by using predefined functions. You can use to date string. I return to time string. I'm accessing to time string. That means it will define the time string and it will get the time here. It is the time string. So that means it will use the default date and time values if you are not passing anything. If you pass, it will use that particular date and time. So to string. So if you use to string, That means it will convert the date to string, and you are accessing that to string. That means it is going to print in the same format how it is returning actually. We want in short other formats only date, then I can use only date string. Then it will return only the date string for us, and it will get the date string and display only the date string. You can see only the date. So when you learn Angular, in Angular, you will also learn how you can customize these formats of date in your own style. You can print year, month, day, year, day, month, year. You can write in your own formats, right? Generally, in Angular, we can do that by using a concept called pipes. By using pipes, you can format the types and display them. That you will learn in the concept of Angular, working with the Angular. But initially, how to deal with the dates? This is the point. This is accessing the date. This is accessing the date and handling the dates. That's how we configure the dates. This is an example for that. Means how we define and how we configure the date. How we configure the date. Right. Now, important is how we can set the dates. We can set the date also dynamically. We can set the date also dynamically. We can set the date also dynamically. We can configure and set the date dynamically. For that, actually, we have set functions for date. That means we have set function for date. That means you can set date values dynamically. You can set date values dynamically. Dynamically means you need to design the date related interface. That is a secondary part, right? Here we are not talking about interface. We are just learning about the functions. For that we have functions. So function. So the function names will tell what they are. Function and description. Their names itself tell what they are actually. What are the functions? We have set date. We have set full year. Full year. We have set full year. We have set hours. Set hours. We have set minutes. So we have set milliseconds. Milliseconds. So we have set day. We cannot set day. We can set month. We cannot set weekday because weekday depends on the date and the month. Date and the month. We cannot set the weekday. We can set time. We can set time. Individually, we can manage them. So we can set seconds, right? Set seconds. So this all, so we can configure individual. We can set the values. We can set the values. For example, the current date here is 2020. I want to set the year 2021. Then here, before printing, we can simply put mfd dot set year, set full year, set full year. So 2021. So that is the set full year. We are defining set full year 2021. And we are printing the details. That means we are printing now. This time we changed the year, then it will be 2021. Then it will be Monday. Right? That means it will automatically change the year. What you stored and what you later rendered into it is different. That means we are setting. I want to set month. That means mfd dot set month. Set month. And I am defining the month number here. Month number is, suppose we defined as 5. If defined as 5, that means it will set the month number to 5. So that means it will be June. Am I right? So if I set the month number to 5, then it will be June. That means it has to get me the June. Month is June. So based on that, it can handle that. So this is how we set the values into the data, right? Dealing with the dates, it requires first how to allocate memory for date, how to read the values from date, and how do we set the values for date. These are enough. Don't worry about examples. So examples we will see later when we are using it in Angular. We are just understanding the type, what are the various types and how to configure. So these are all the important types of data we need to handle and work with TypeScript. Now, once you know about the type, how we can deal with the types, now we can go and learn about another important operators in TypeScript. So we have operators, statements, functions, and OOP concepts. These are the things we discuss in TypeScript actually. So you need to know about operators. Obviously, many operators you know. So few operators additionally we need to discuss here. Then we can go into statements and OOP concepts. That will be major for us. That we'll see tomorrow. Right? Tomorrow we will continue with the concept of working with operators. Right? Working with operators. So mostly it will take this weekend. Mostly by this weekend, we will finish TypeScript and we will start with Angular in the next week. It will take entire this weekend to deal with TypeScript. Then we can go with Angular. Next week, we can start with Angular. Okay, right. Everything will be in our classroom. I will